loading up the hearse, throw it in reverse. I come from the church of the Marvel Universe. Bodies getting stuffed in the bags.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Cryptcast. I'm Mike.
And I'm fantastic.
And we are coming to you from inside the Comic Crypt. Just gonna keep fucking do that in Eatontown, New Jersey. And we are doing a book review today.
They don't know who I am now, then fuck it.
What if this is someone's first episode? Brian.
That's their problem.
And start calling you Mr. Fantastic.
I am Mr. Fantastic.
So, for this book review, we are doing Money Shot.
I wish I was that stretchy.
And up front, I just want to throw in a warning that this book is
hot!
Purely,
it's so hot.
Purely about sex. Remember,
it's not about sex. It's about fucking.
Yes. Yeah. So this one is if that's a problem for you, if you're listening at work or out in public, which you should be listening to us in public.
If you can't get it up.
Well, there's a guy in here who'll help you out. So yeah, it's very much adult content, more so than normal. Because of the content of the book is just all porn.
Yeah, it's a book about porn.
Yep. So, anyway, we're reading Money Shot by Tim Seeley and Sarah Beattie, who co-wrote, and we got Rebekah Isaacs doing art, Michael Russell on, what's that? Colors, and Crank on letters.
It's a great name. Who does your letters? Crank!
Originally published by Vault in 2019, it is 5 issues. And this has multiple volumes. There's
second volume coming out?
No, second volume's already done. I think the third volume's coming out.
Oh, okay.
Which recently got delayed, unfortunately.
Oh.
Yeah. So, if you like this, go check out 2 and look forward to 3. You should be able to catch that in singles. So, I'm going to read the intro in the front of issue 1 because I think it kind of sets the stage really well. And then we don't have to really worry about much after that. In 2027, an advanced civilization made contact, and the people of Earth discovered they were not alone. An offer to join the civilized universe was made, but then the aliens saw what a total shitshow Earth was. Engaged in hundreds of wars led by greedy politicians and fumbling to advance technology, humanity was deemed not worth the effort. The offer was withdrawn. Unable to build spaceships capable of efficient interstellar travel, and distracted by petty bickering and pop entertainment, humans eventually lost interest in the stars. Then there's a vibrator between these 2 blocks of text. Now, in 2032, amid an anti-science presidential administration and public apathy, scientists in an economically crippled America struggle to fund innovative projects. Boom.
Boom.
That's the book.
That is the book.
That's the book.
It is the book.
That's the whole book right there. Turn the page, and we jump right into porn direction.
Dr. Christine Ocampo.
Mm-hmm. Chris for short.
A physicist.
A what?
She's a physicist, right?
Okay, you said physicist.
No, fisting comes later. She's a physicist that goes by, her porn name is Tesla Coil.
Yeah, right now she's a fishicist because she's going to fuck a fish dude.
She is propositioning an alien fishman for sex. Via a flying camera drone called Little Shot.
Little Shot, yeah. So we're introduced to our intrepid triple explorers. So we have Tesla Coil, right? Reference to Nikola Tesla. I have little science notes in here.
Well, there's lots of science references in this.
Yes, I like science stuff, so it's that. Then we have Constance Planck, who is... That's Bree, right?
Yes, that's Bree.
Yeah. And they're referencing the Planck constant.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what that is?
No, I have no idea what that is.
It's a fundamental constant in physics. That's it's the relationship between like the energy of a photon and its frequency.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't understand it very well. We've got supermassive black hole.
Who's a white guy?
Who's a white guy? Also, his name is Doug Cock. So that's
Yeah, I don't know how he changed his name to a less porny name.
They bring that up in the book when they're picking their porn names.
Yeah.
We have Niels Bohr. That is Omar. Yeah.
And Trinity Spheres. So a very diverse cast. These 5 people: Tesla, is your average cute nerdy girl in glasses. Constance is a voluptuous black woman. Supermassive Black Hole is this bald white jock of a guy who's constantly
super jacked,
doing curls with various items. Omar is a slender black man, and Trinity Spheres is a slightly chunky, thicky girl.
She's Asian too.
Is she? Mm-hmm. When did that come up?
She's got an Asian last name.
Oh, okay.
I don't know particularly what flavor of Asian.
But Chris, Tesla is giving directions, setting up the scene, if you will. Constance and Supermassive are on for boy, girl, doggy, and Niels and Trinity are boy, girl, oral, and reverse cowgirl. Tesla herself is on interspecies. And she looks to Constance and says, "How about a little chicks before dicks?" But she is shot down, saying she only kisses people she likes. Sick burn.
Yes. So I'm not going to call them by their porn names going forward because it's too much. I'm going to call them by their regular names. So just know that. So they all fuck.
Tesla, while fucking the fish dude, airs her grievances about, being in charge of this project. Says it's like herding cats, picking locations, doing the research for species with compatible organs, and laments about when she used to have to fill out 600-page grant loans.
No, she's not lamenting. She's like, this actually might be better. She misses writing those 600-page grant applications. Yeah,
she's lamenting about how she'd rather be doing that.
Okay. He made it sound like she's like, these grants.
And then you flip the page and we do a time jump backwards to the Michigan Institute of Technology in Detroit, where she is screaming, 600-page grant loans! I should be sciencing! Not filling out paperwork.
So, they're all scientists. This is back before they're fucking for a living. They're all just regular scientists working at this institute. And they all blame Chris and her Starshot program for halting all of their work because their funding is getting stopped. So, Bree's a physicist. Yeah, here we go. Dr. Annie Leong. She's an epidemiologist. Omar is an astrophysicist. And Doug is a biochemist.
Hey, his last name's Koch, isn't it? Not Cock.
Oh, it's Cock.
Is it? It's a K, not a H? It's Cock?
No, you can pronounce that as Cock.
Oh.
You can pronounce that as Coke.
I thought it was Koch.
Come on. It's a fuck book. His name is Cock. Yeah, and they're just basically getting on her case about this whole thing, and she has the bright idea that they can fuck for money, basically, across the galaxy.
Yeah, Christine's Starshot project is a teleporter of sorts.
Right, because they can't do interstellar travel with ships, so it allows them to teleport around. But it's very expensitive.
And she herself is having trouble with funding, despite all of her partners' funding being funneled to her project.
Right.
But, because people would want to use it for military actions and, stuff like that, and they don't really want to contribute to that kind of shit.
It's eating up so much money that, like, there's a joke running around that the program is called Money Shot, as in she blows the load like a pro, because it's just so goddamn expensive. So hooray, we got the title in the dialogue. Yay, we did it. So there's for a book that is just about, like, humor and sex, there's a lot of, like, emotional stuff going on in here. I'll give it that.
Oh yeah, Omar and Chris apparently have formerly been in some kind of relationship.
Right, and there's some tension there.
Yeah, and Omar previously tells her when she storms out of the room after she finds out that they all hold her responsible. He tells her it's not entirely her fault. Mm-hmm. She's just narrow-sighted when she wants something at the cost of her concern for others, almost to the point of sociopathy.
Mm-hmm. Yep, she's got some issues. It's fine.
And that the costs are high, and there's no return on investment for Starshot or them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then he walks out of the room and she says, "Fuck, I'm horny."
Yes. I just want to backtrack just a little bit when she's kind of like talking about like what's going on. Chris goes to the group of them. We've got another anti-science administration in Washington full of grifters and thieves, a massive recession on the way, so no one will touch anything that's not an immediate payout. Meanwhile, the whole world is just getting dumber by the day. But sure, blame the dreamer. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, after Omar walks out on her, she's home. She's horny.
She's masturbating.
Well, she's not getting there because her cat yells at her.
Her cat is named Curie,
Yeah.
which we can assume is
Marie Curie.
Marie
Yeah.
Curie. There are devices on her cat, like electronic devices, that help her cat communicate. Mm-hmm. And she kicks the cat out of the room so she can have some alone time. And the cat Curie is reprimanding her for self-mating.
Yeah.
Self-mating.
Bad human. Bad. No mate. Bad self-mate. Bad.
And I'm sorry, this book is fucking entertaining as shit. I read it before we read it for the review, so like it didn't hit as hard the second time around. But that cat saying bad self-mating, bad human is absolutely the funniest part of the book for me.
There's a good amount of humor in here. Like I said, there's some emotion thrown in. Like, it's a fun book. It's a fun read. It's a quick read. I enjoyed a lot about it. It's poking fun at a lot of stuff. But yes, the cat judging her. It's great.
And then a panel later is like, revenge is coming or something, or
Yeah.
I'll murder you later, or whatever the hell.
Bad human revenge coming.
Yeah.
But while she's trying to find some porn to watch, she gets the idea. Well, she gets the idea. We don't know what it is. And then she gets back to the lab and pitches that idea to everyone. And that idea is that they are going to use Starshot, which we're just going to call Money Shot going forward because they all call it that,
Right.
to travel around the galaxy and have sex with aliens, stream it, and make money from that to fund their research and Starshot.
And that's all because she is bored with the porn that she is watching because everything's been done before. All the porn is...
Well, not that she's bored. She realizes that everyone is bored because she's scrolling through the comments off of a ridiculous video where, like, the panel is, like, of an old man in a tutu and a Godzilla with a strap-on dildo. Like, there's cakes all over the place. It's fucking weird.
It's very weird.
But she skips through all the comments and she realizes that people are just super jaded by, like, the existing porn. And now there's a market. There's aliens. Let's go fuck them. For money. Not from the aliens. For, porn subscribers. It's a pretty good idea. Like, it's, like, solid, right? Like, makes sense. It's basically Star Trek, and where the prime directive is to fuck.
Well, it's like Next Generation if it's just Riker on the ship.
So she pitches it to everybody, and everyone's kind of like, I don't know, man. And then Doug just says he's like, all right, cool. I'm going to be Supermassive Black Hole.
Yeah, like I'm in as long as I get to be that.
Yep. And then...
We're back to the planet of the fish fucking.
Yeah, so they all agree. Get back to the fish fucking. And then we find out that they got 17 minutes of content, and the audience says it was only a 6.5 out of 10. And Chris is just like, come on! That was at least 8 whatever, like, right? What'd you say? Anyway.
And they've seemingly been taken prisoner.
Right. They're prisoners being transported to, like, a coliseum kind of situation. And it turns out they're looking for a fishman called the Bokai Elder to be able to reach an orgasm capable of generating an energy release on the level of nuclear fission.
Yeah, it's called the Padna Merga technique.
Padna Megra.
Megra?
Yeah. And that's the end of issue 1.
As long as it's not the Panda Baba technique.
Issue 2.
It's the Panda Mergra technique.
Megra. Yeah.
I said Megra. Megra man? is an orgasm capable of generating energy release on the level of nuclear fission.
Yep, literally said that.
Yeah.
Those words came out of my mouth like a minute and a half ago.
Sorry, I was still laughing.
So, issue 2 starts with Little Shot, and everyone's freaking out because people are saying, oh shit, we're fucked. And Little Shot goes, detected, keyword, query, record, analyst activity is not fucking. Directive, do not record. That happens, it's a running joke through the book, where someone will say fuck, or something along those lines, or like, oh, we're fucked, or like, what the fuck is that? And Little Shot will do that. Detected, keyword. Analysis activity is not fucking. Do not record. Chris and Omar are chosen to fight first, and by this point, Little Shot, who is the recording drone, who also has translation AI in it, has figured out enough of the fish people language to be able to translate it. So now we can know what everyone's fucking saying. But it just comes down to they need to fight a big anglerfish person, and then we flash back again as this anglerfish is running towards them, about to devour them.
Before they're taken out of the cage with the rest of the group, Annie plants a big old fucking kiss on Omar.
Yes, I forgot about that, yes. Mm-hmm.
Well, that's kind of imperative later.
Yes. Then we flash back. And it's Omar explaining how Little Shot works. Then Chris comes in to share 4 weeks worth of intensive research. It's fuck school. They're going to Porn 101. And then we get 2 pages
of Porn Through the Ages
of fuck school. That's 8 hours worth for them, and it's set up like MST3K, where it's just a big screen with stuff going on, and they're silhouetted back of their heads with some commentary.
What's MS3-2K?
MS3TK.
What's TK? TKs are stormtroopers.
Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Oh, Mystery Science Theater. Okay, I'm a listener that doesn't know these things.
I'm not going to go over every little fucking pop culture reference.
Well, you referenced something, so...
Well, they have Google. They could just go do it. It's not comic-related, so it's not in our wheelhouse. How about that?
I just want everyone to know what we're talking about.
We want to go over Niels Bohr. I skipped who Niels Bohr was, if you want to go back over that. You know who that reference is?
No.
Okay, well...
Is he a stormtrooper?
No one needs to know who Crow is. How about that?
Sam Crow? Gray Crow. The Crow.
Mm-hmm.
Eric Draven.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great.
Caw.
And their homework assignment is everyone needs to sleep with everyone else.
They're all going to do it with each other.
Mm-hmm. Then we hop back to the present, and Chris is in the mouth of the giant anglerfish, who spits her out to keep the show going. Omar says, "I got it. I got it shot. It's kayfabe." You know, they want to keep the audience happy, so big anglerfish is dragging it out a little bit. Then, as it's charging towards them again, Annie screams from the holding cell to spit in her mouth.
Yeah, spit in her mouth.
Spit in her mouth.
I love it. I mean, wait, what?
He does, and the anglerfish monster dies a horrible, slimy, gross death. Because Annie brought along diseases to test, and she used a white mouth fungus that only affects fish. And she's like, hey, you should probably burn, don't touch that body and burn it, like now. Because it's a planet of fish people.
Yeah, don't fuck with the nerds.
And because Omar and Chris won, they get an audience with the warlord priest Dahir, and the rest get sent to, like, holding cells below and, like, jail, basically. And it's up to Bree to find the Bokai Elder. He's the one with the giant balls. Chris tells her. She's like, how do I know? And he's the one with giant testicles.
And they are huge.
Oh my god, they're fucking huge.
He uses them as a weapon.
Much like when I saw that, like, get the fuck out of here. I mean, those balls get used a lot in this book, and not in the way you're thinking.
No.
So we flash back again, and it's sex scheduling. Chris says, besides, no one's life is ruined by embarrassment anymore. Politicians have been erasing that old stigma for years. Doesn't matter how you got where you are, just that you're there. And that's response to Omar having, like, issues with, like, being on camera in front of people. It might ruin his life. Also, it took me, like, way late into the book to realize that Omar constantly has a boba tea.
Oh, I didn't
He's
realize
always drinking a boba tea.
Really?
Yes.
See, so he likes balls in his mouth.
Chewy, yummy, flavor-filled balls.
Well, you know, he seems like he had a problem with doing it with Supermassive Black Hole.
They got over it.
They got over it.
It was awkward.
And under it. And on the side.
You don't know what they
and
did.
From underneath.
The book isn't that graphic. Where are we at? All right, hop back to this fucking book. I hate books that do this.
Yeah, right. It's
Back and forth,
every
back
other
and forth.
page,
Yeah. Back in the Fish People planet,
Back in Oddworld.
Bree and the others are tossed into a holding cell and find the Bokai Elder by Doug literally landing on his balls.
As a nice soft pillow.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't pick his head up at all. He keeps his head down on them.
Mm-hmm. Now, this guy's balls are larger than Doug's head. It is like a small pillow.
Well, the first full body shot you have of him, like, he's sitting on them.
He's like floating above them because they're like
Yes.
stretched up.
Yeah, there's like the balls are on the ground, the sack is stretched, but he's like, it looks like he's like meditatively floating.
Yes, yeah, it's like magic-y shit. But
Yeah.
he's like a magic monk, so why not? His balls are weighing him down. Omar and Chris are waiting to meet the warlord, who turns out to be not like a horrific wasteland warrior, because that's what the whole like getup is on this person.
Yeah, he's wearing like some kind of big piranha-y fish skull.
Another like skull as like a cuirass, forearms, just very menacing looking, big sword.
An actual sword, not his penis.
Yeah, like a real sword. A lot of genital weapons in here, but not that one. But then the warlord takes all this armor off, and it's a sexy squid lady. Mm-hmm. Like, she's all right.
Fifth Element vibes.
What?
Right? Wasn't there a squid lady in Fifth Element? Big sexy blue lady in Fifth Element?
Oh, the opera singer?
Yeah,
I don't remember
yeah.
if she was a squid lady or not. I don't think she was. She had like a normal like human face.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't remember if she had like tentacles and stuff. I just know she had the stone in her. And not in a good way. So, Dahir offers to teach them the Padma Megra if they share their passion with her. But if they don't, they die. So, not much of a choice, actually. And then they flash back again.
Yeah, they don't cover it this early in the book, and I'm just realizing it now, going through.
Yeah.
So they were planning to fish people.
Yep.
We've mentioned.
Yes.
But we have not mentioned that there is a lack of water.
Yeah, the planet's called Dry Reef. It's a desert planet.
Yeah, it's a desert planet. And there's some water that we'll get to later. But inside Head Bitch's chambers, there are lots of jugs of water and glasses of water.
She's in charge.
Around. Yeah, because she's in charge.
She has all the resources.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the planet was hit by like comets or meteors or some shit, and it liquefied the rock on the planet,
Right.
which floated to the surface and trapped all the water
Underground.
Yeah. So it's a planet full of fish people with no water or little water. Then we flash back again, and Chris is reviewing the footage of Omar and her having sex in like the money shot room, the star shot room, the teleporter. And you can't tell who says it, but one of them says, "I love you." And she says, "We can do this project together. We can travel the stars and discover a universe together. And we can fuck on screen in whatever positions we need to. But that we could never do again." Because they got fucking issues with their relationship.
No making love, just fucking.
Issue 3.
Wolverine would be great at this because he's got 2 dicks.
I hate that. I hate that so much. Omar and Chris are a little awkward with each other, but they get down with Dahir. They're having trouble like moving past their feelings for each other. But
I like that the cod pieces on their jumpsuits, on their uniforms, have the little
cameras. Yeah. So the Bokai Elder had the Padma Megra taken from his mind, and for everyone's sake, he prays that Chris and Omar are a bad lay, because if they allow Dahir the power of the Padma Megra, she's going to use it for evil. And then we flash back to pillow talk between everyone. So we get tons of backstory and character development between everybody, because it's Bree and Omar, and Bree's like, "That sucked. That was awful." He's like, "Yeah, I'm sorry."
Oh yeah, there's that boba tea again.
Then we've got Doug and Annie, and they're having some trouble, but Doug like slyly gets Annie turned on by getting her to talk about diseases. Bree and Chris, who Bree hates Annie. Jesus Christ, there's too many fucking names. Bree hates Chris.
And think about it. You were smart by sticking to the names, because if you're going by the fucking
It's even harder.
stage names, yeah, it'd be harder. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So Bree is constantly acting like she hates Chris, but they had like a super intense session together, and
Yeah, I like how Chris likes for she wants cuddles. She's like, she's like after something like so good, like cuddles, and Bree's very like, fuck you and your cuddles, and then she's like, all right, okay, I'll give you some cuddles. Like I don't know where Susie Q came from.
It's a
like,
cute moment.
Yeah. It's like not a word, Susie Q.
Then we get to very awkward Doug and Omar, and they're just kind of talking stuff back and forth, and we find out they're both nerds, and Omar's got some daddy issues, and all this other stuff. And then Annie and Bree get together, and Bree makes Annie wear a headset that makes her sound like Chris.
Yeah. That's... Yeah.
So lots of good chemistry overall.
And not only that, she goes under the covers to go down on Annie.
So she can't see her.
So she can't see her either.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, I can't see you. You sound like Chris. And it's like, wow, Bree's actually got it for Annie, something bad. But for Chris, not Annie.
Yes, it's fucking confusing.
Yeah, terrible.
Yeah.
That being said, I don't feel like the cast is too big.
No, I think it's the perfect size. Like you get to know all of them. It's just confusing running through them so quickly.
Size fits just right.
Just right. We see back in the holding cells, Bree, Doug, and Annie kind of like doing some stuff. They find a little silicon-based life form, and they call it Tinkle.
Yeah, a little crystal crustacean.
Yeah. And Doug takes a liking to it, and it to him.
Doug takes a liking to everything.
Doug is a giant. He's portrayed as a giant douche.
Yeah,
but he's like the most likable one.
Yeah. Like, he has no hang-ups with, like, fucking anybody or anything.
He's cool with it all.
Yeah.
Like, so, all the issues lie in Omar, Bree, and Chris. And that, like, there's a developing love triangle there.
Yeah, Doug's prerequisite was he gets to be called Supermassive Black Hole, and that's it. He's happy.
As far as, like, the characters I like the most in this book, it's Doug and Annie.
Okay.
Because they're the most carefree. Also, they're both very smart and get shit done.
See, I
when I need to.
I would continue to read further volumes because I'd like to see something happen between Chris and Bree.
Okay, I mean, but that's the thing. It's like they're setting up love triangle, and I don't know what volume 2 holds, but I'm sure that gets tackled at some point.
Yeah, Omar's gonna have boba balls in his mouth. He can go fucking whatever. Have his daddy issues with his mouth full of balls.
I'm cool with having that stress in there because you need that for the conflict for story. Yeah. So the people of the Blood Puddle are launching skins of giant pufferfish filled with water over the city. So these are rebels outside the city. They're going to be attacking the city soon and liberating everyone from the Dahir, which is the squid lady. And they're making kind of like, they're doing a like winning hearts and minds thing by giving the people water. Omar, Chris, and the Dahir are finished. And the Dahir has the magical orgasm power now, which she uses to obliterate all those attacking rebels.
Yeah, with her like giant mega cannon.
It's
orgasm powered super gun.
It's some sort of thing where she's able to like channel the power through her body into this thing, but it just blows away this whole like army, no problem. Interdispersed with that happening, shows like the 5 of the triple explorers being like, "Hey, we're all comfortable. We could do this. Like confident, ready to go." Like a very kind of uplifting, like sex positive kind of vibe going on. And then we go to issue 4. And it starts with a guy back on Earth enjoying their content. But it gets interrupted. And what does the little shot say? Connection to Money Shot server interrupted. Message received from site manager Little Shot. An electromagnetic pulse has temporarily interrupted access to our feed, a side effect of the warlord priest Dahir harnessing the Podnamegra technique to generate a force wave with a yield equivalent to 12 kilotons, which was used to devastate an encroaching rebel army. Sorry for the inconvenience.
But I was just about to nut.
I just like that he gave it all very like large, like exposition dump for a service interrupted message. Then we jump over back to the fish planet. Again, it's called Dry Reef, and Omar and Chris are both in like Slave Leia outfits, which is fun. They're both chained up around the neck. They're both wearing like weird like coral bikinis.
I like that he's wearing the coral bikini.
Well, so that's what they're both doing.
He's got the merkin in front too.
That's not what a merkin is.
No, I know. Whatever that
loincloth?
Is. Yeah, it's not even a loincloth.
It's the closest thing, right? Like because a merkin's like fake pubes.
It's like a C-string. Yeah,
it's fake pubes though. Omar and Chris help Dahir kill all those rebels, and they're bickering back and forth whose fault it is because they can't get over their previous relationship. And to distract the masses, the Dahir throws on another gladiatorial match, and Bree, Doug, and Annie, and the Bokai Elder are all set to fight Beattie.
Now, like the Bokai Elder, as he's being pushed into the arena or Coliseum, is carrying his balls like a flail.
Yes.
And he now has like pieces of wood and spikes nailed into his ball sack.
Is that they're wrapped around it? They're not nailed into it.
Those are two wooden beams crossed.
They're leather straps,
and they have studs on them.
Yeah, to hurt the person. Like it's
how are the leather straps attached to his balls? Super glue?
They're tight around his balls.
Look, that's an X. Those two straps are overlaid. How are they fastened to his nutsack?
They are on his nutsack.
Yes. How? Rivets.
They're not hurting him.
Well, nothing can hurt his nutsack, apparently. It's a weapon.
His balls are fine.
Mine aren't, by looking at that.
But he's throwing his balls around like a mace.
He's throwing his balls around like a man.
But they all have to fight this orca tiger monster thing. So it's a killer whale with stripes, tiger paws. It just wants to eat them. Where was I? I gotta go past my Bokai Elder spike ball notes because you covered those. So he uses his balls to fight the Beattie, while the rest enact their plan to use Tinkle, that silicone-based crystal thing, to emit vibrations to mess with the whale ears. So on this fish planet, there are fish people, there are squid people, and there are whale people.
Well, are they whale people?
Yes. Like the guards?
Oh, the guards are whale people, because like the creature in the Colosseum thing is like a whale tiger.
Tiger thing, yeah.
And then earlier, they were riding like shark horses.
Yes. But so there are things that are descendants of whales. But so Doug hums to Tinkle in like his resonant like tone. So he's basically humming or singing like Disney show tunes to him.
Yeah, he's Let It Go from Frozen.
And he's resonating, and the vibrations from Tinkle are fucking with the inner ear of all the whale creatures, and it's driving them nuts. One of Dahir's guards is losing it and actually hits her, knocking her helmet off and making her accidentally kill her advisor. She's had this advisor the whole time. He's unimportant. He just takes a sword to the face.
He's an eye patch wearing fish guy.
Yeah, very cool. He's doing all the Coliseum announcements. So Omar grabs that sword, but Dahir blasts him with some of the power she has left over. But it's not power she has left over. We learn that she stole the image of a vibrator from Chris's mind and reproduced one. So this allows her to access the power of the Padma Megra at a much lower intensity. So it doesn't kill Omar. The Beattie, I hate this name, pulls it together and tail slaps Tinkle away. Like he goes flying across the Coliseum into the Dahir's viewing box, which is a giant skull of an animal. It loosens and it rolls down through the down the stadium stands into the arena and on top of Beattie. Chris and Omar are thrown out of the skull's mouth, and they're caught by the Bokai's Elder's scrotum, which is stretched out fireman style by Annie, Bree, and the Bokai Elder. and Omar goes, ugh, oh god, ballskin, I landed on ballskin. They all manage to escape the city into the desert. And Chris is like, alright, fuck it, we're going home, we're done, okay, fine, this is it. I'll be in massive, crippling debt forever, it doesn't matter, we need to go. But Bree makes a nice speech about being human and making this planet better, so they decide to stay and fix things.
By getting their whole fuck on.
Oh my god, yes.
Bree takes Chris in her arms romantically.
Yeah, so like, did you read volume 2 of this?
I didn't.
Okay, I'm curious to see like how much of that like goes forward. Because clearly Bree's like, all right, fuck it, you're awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even though I think Chris is like the most annoying, probably worst person on this team. She's the one with the most hang-ups.
Well, I mean, she's the main character.
I guess.
So you gotta...
That's true. Issue 5. Back on Dry Reef, Dahir uses her new powers to release water from the planet's crust. One of her guards is like overjoyed and says, "There's enough water for everyone!" And she kills him and says, "No, it'll be rationed and used to control people. Fuck you."
Politics.
Yep. She's also taken the Coliseum or another area somewhere. I couldn't tell exactly where this was. No, yeah, it's in the Coliseum. She has it turned into a forced breeding camp, which is super fucked up.
Yes.
So she's forcing males and females, I guess like willy-nilly, I don't know what the pairing system is, just into like this big ring of beds.
They
and wants them to make
they seem to be
children.
pairing people by like dominance, by gene dominance.
I guess.
Because they're separating one couple, and the female's like, "My mate," and he goes, "It's too damn small." You know?
Sure. Never a good thing. Then, the Money Shot crew broadcast a huge screen of themselves over the city, so it's like being broadcast into the air, like a big hologram. And Chris tells everyone about the Padma Megra and how Dahir is manipulating them. And the Dahir starts like flipping out. She's like, "No! No!" They want to bring back... What the fuck does that say?
They're your notes.
It's autocorrect. I don't know what that says. They want to bring sex back to the people, like lovemaking, like having fun, not just like doing it to make children. Like
they want to bring the 70s to
yes, yeah,
dry reef.
Mm-hmm. And then the 5 of them start having sex together. Condoms start falling from the sky over the fish people, and
being
then
distributed by the little shot cameras.
Yes, which is a lot of condoms.
Yeah,
like a ridiculous amount of them. Fuck, where am I? Okay, so condoms start falling from the sky, and it prompts a huge fish person orgy. Like, it seems like the whole fucking city is fucking.
And for as, like, sex-oriented as the book is, this is the first time you see genitals when the whole group's hand-in-hand.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Yes, everything else has just been, like, above the waist kind of stuff. You don't see anything. Like I said, for a book that's all about sex, it's not very graphic.
No, it's not.
Like, they don't get gross with it, other than giant fishman balls. And his giant erection, which is coming. But, so Dahir finds the crew, but at the same time, the Bokai Elder has reclaimed his power, and he defeats the Dahir with his giant cock and balls. And when I say giant, I mean, like, it's like the size of an arm, and he uses it like a club. Yep, it's fucking ridiculous. These few panels, wild. He defeats her, and then like uses the power of the Padma Megra to like destroy her, like
There's gotta
disintegrate
be
her.
a 4-foot stretch on his nutsack.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He ends up lying down in the desert and dying from the strain of defeating Dahir. And then everything's cool. Like,
it's like feeding an 85-year-old Viagra.
Right. It's like, I did what I loved for the last time.
I fucked to death.
It came everywhere. Like I said, everything's cool. The water's back. The people are dry reef for happy. The crew is making enough money to cover this adventure so they can move on from this crazy idea and go back to their normal life. But they don't. And we see a page of a few weeks later. They're on a hell planet, and they're ready to get kinky. They're all in like S&M leather gear with whips and stuff.
Yeah, Brie has horns.
Mm-hmm. And that's
which I really hope the next volume starts on that planet.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. That's it. That's the whole book.
It.
Again, fun book. It's not what I expected it to be. I assumed it would be a little raunchier, but it wasn't.
Nah, it was like cute and cheeky.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't exactly like 100% know what to expect going into this, but it wasn't that.
Yeah. Again, this is my second time through, so did not hit as hard.
Well, if you're going through like seeing the same jokes twice,
yeah,
you don't have the impact.
Yeah, exactly.
But jokes aside, like it's still a solid, cohesive story.
Yeah, I like the characters.
Yeah,
I like the crew, the 5. I like them all.
Yeah, it was a pleasure to read. Like I enjoyed it. I would recommend it to an appropriately aged adult.
Yeah.
that again, this is definitely not for everybody. This is a particular reader is going to really enjoy this.
Yeah, in comparison to like the pro, like we said, didn't age well.
No.
And we both read it multiple times.
Yes.
It was way raunchier.
Yes, it's very raunchy. Where this is very sex positive. This is like sex brings people together and allows you to loosen up and be who you are, kind of thing. Like it's a much more positive thing than the pro was, because the pro was like hookers and stuff.
Yeah, right.
Like it was dirty.
Yeah.
Where this is like, okay, cool. Like I said, you never see anything like overly graphic. There's a bunch of nudity. I wouldn't even say raunchiness. There's a bunch of sex jokes that aren't even that raunchy.
Yeah.
They're all like tongue in cheek.
Yeah, nothing's overly graphic.
Yeah.
Nothing is gross or lewd or
And I like not to be like a prude, but like I'm cool with all the. What I mean is, I am not a prude. I'm cool with that sort of thing being in a book, if it's done right. So it didn't need it.
Right.
It did its own thing, and it was pretty successful. I liked it.
Yeah.
And the art's solid. I really like the art.
Yeah, it's got that nice, clean, almost cartoony
Super
style.
clean.
Like, yeah, that's
Super
exactly what I like out of artwork. Yeah.
And when I see giant fish dicks, I want them to be super clean.
I want to see the scales.
But yeah, I liked it.
I mean, that being said, too, the whole planet of Dry Reef was full of colorfully well-designed characters.
Yeah, the creature sounds good.
And they weren't all one species. There were multiple species. There were animals and people.
Yes.
Like it was very.
There was thought put into it.
Yeah, a lot.
What I think happened was like, because you're on a big desert planet, you don't have to draw any background, so you can spend your time putting into the creatures in the background instead of have to worry about like I gotta do trees and mountains and shit. It's like nope, just desert planet. Cool fish people all over the place. Yeah,
I think part of what puts this over the top and sells it is that it's not just the joke. Like the work is done there. The history of sex that took like 4 pages.
Yeah, you get like a little recap for yourself. Yeah,
like that was interesting and informative and all true.
Yeah,
the design of not just the aliens but the tech that's used,
sure,
and the explanation of it.
It's all very clean.
Yeah, it's all very clean and it's all very like
it's clean looking. It's very dirty.
Right. But I'm saying it's it's like it's got a realistic enough
right. Like I said,
explanation to it. Like they call what's the whatever shot?
Little shot.
No, not little shot. The
money shot.
The big one.
They call it money shot, but star shot.
No. The main camera. Little shots are the ones that come out of the cod.
No,
pieces.
Little shot is the one that follows them around.
Oh, the one of the other ones.
They're called something else.
Oh, okay.
They're like remote like cameras or some shit.
But they call it a drone. It's a drone. Like,
yeah.
But
yeah, nothing is like crazy unbelievable.
Right.
It's all like okay, cool. Like I said, this is Star Trek with prime directive being fucking.
Yeah.
Like I also like how they wasn't just like jumping from alien species to alien species. It was like this is a self-contained story on a single place. It wasn't like wild, it wasn't like a spaceship where it's like we're gonna go see this guy and this guy and this guy. I was expecting it being a little more like haphazard. I'm just happy it was this cohesive. Like it surprised me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I recommended it to who I could.
Yeah, that's the thing.
When it was coming out the first time.
This is very limited, kind of like, hey, I gotta feel out. Are you cool with nudity and fucking, like, person? Let's talk about it. It's like it is kind of like an awkward thing to bring up and be like, hey, you should read this.
This was one of those books with like the polybag naughty covers.
Yeah, of course.
And I get lured into that fucking gimmick all the time. I'm like, I just want to see. I never wind up keeping them. Like I don't have any of these books in my collection anymore.
Understandable.
They all came back.
Sure.
But the damn fucking polybag naughty variants. I'm like, I just want to see. I didn't even read Sex Criminals, and I wanted to see those.
Oh yeah, that was every issue.
Yeah,
man. Yeah. I don't know. I would feel really weird recommending this to someone I didn't like know well.
Yeah, this isn't like, hey, I'm looking for something new to read.
Right.
Somebody walks in off the street. It's like, no. You just
right.
Yes.
Like I have to have a rapport with you.
Yeah.
Like I have to know who you are.
If somebody was like, if I knew them well enough and they were bitching about, normal superhero rags and wanting something different and just fun, I was like, yeah. Like,
but that's what this is. This is just fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Much better than I thought it was going to be.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, I thought it was just going to be kind of this silly, just kind of like throwaway thing. And I'm not saying I'm going to go back and read this again, but I enjoyed it. I'll read the second volume.
I was going to say that
and I'll check out the third.
Yeah, if you're going to read the second volume, if you're interested in the second volume,
that's the thing.
Then they won.
They put in enough character work for me to give a shit to want to know what happens.
Right.
And then I want to see what other aliens are going to fuck.
But it's Tim Seeley too.
Yeah, it's the thing. It's like his actual name on here.
Yeah.
To be like, oh no, it can't go too far.
Right. I've read his stuff for years. Tim Seeley did G.I. Joe for a little while.
Mm-hmm. How much fucking was in G.I. Joe?
None.
Oh.
I mean, there's some sexy characters in G.I. Joe, but none of them do much fucking.
Mm-hmm.
Not on page anyway.
Right.
But he's a good writer, and it's nice to see a diverse array of content.
Yeah. Well, it's always nice to. I imagine this was something he wanted to do and not something he was told to do.
Yeah.
So that passion definitely helps.
Get in here, Seeley. We need a fuck book.
Yeah. It's got to have aliens. And it's got to be a little sad.
and fish balls. It needs fish balls.
Yeah. So, yeah, I definitely recommend you should go read this with an asterisk if you're cool with something like this.
Yeah, it's definitely like one of those books that like surprise you.
Yes, 100%.
Like I knew it was going to be a funny book by the title and the cover.
Yeah, you could tell by the cover and like you could tell what kind of book it is. It's just you don't know what level of that it's going to be.
Right. Is it going to be trash or is it going to deliver something more? Right.
So, yeah, cool. I'd say check it out.
Yeah.
If you're into that sort of thing.
If you're into money shots.
Yeah.
Then,
So, thank you for listening. This one felt a little weird, I guess. It was another relatively like quick run through.
It was a quick run through because it's it's pretty much on its face as the story. It is what it is.
Yeah, and I'm not.
There's not a lot left to the imagination.
Right, and it's not meant to be disparaging either. Like it gets the point. It gets the point across fairly well. But I forgot my train of thought. Anyway. Thanks for listening. If you would like to send us a book for a future review, you could do that at thecomiccryptcast@gmail.com.
And if you don't, we're just going to keep picking weird shit.
Yeah,
so,
we'll hit something mainstream in a little while, but we're going to be doing weird stuff for a little bit, I think. This is more fun.
Our next book review is what?
I don't know. We have to see.
Oh, great. Yeah. So the last one was Rumpus Room.
I don't remember.
And then this one... It's just going to keep getting weird if you don't recommend shit.
Yeah, we'll do stuff. Because this was my pick. You got to do a pick.
Oh, I already have my next pick.
Okay, don't tell anybody. You can tell me when the microphone's off. I told you the email. You can follow the store on Instagram and Facebook. Links are going to be in the show notes. And go read some fuck books.
We loading up the hearse, throw it in reverse. I come from the church of the Marvel Universe. Bodies getting stuffed in the bags like comics. The hardcore get it while the soft bitches vomit. I came to this earth on a radiated comet. Now the planet is in perilous danger because I'm on it. Fly super villain with the superpowers in me. Got the rare issues and all my shit is minty. Body like Ben Grimm, suckers I be beating down. Look around and we be found chilling out in Eatontown. I be at the comic crypt stacking up the kryptonite. Doomsday and Superman every time I grip the mic. Dark Phoenix overloading, supernova, sunspot exploding. I'm the Punisher reloading Bobby Drake when he's frozen. Storm forming ominous clouds over the ocean. Working with Professor X to master my emotion. Have you posing in the box whether you know it or not. I'll easily bag your bitch like Logan did to Scott. Mr. Sinister plots when I administer shots to clone Gene from my genes. Then this shit'll get hot like Inferno. Burn slow, humans are ash. God loves man kills in the days of future past. Now I'm working on a science lesson. Me and Brian Stratton, a rat in a cage who can't stop buying X-Men.
Like a flower.